Greetings, everyone. Happy Tuesday. This is Date
Woo!
Affirm the Real. Greetings, everyone. Oh, hold on. Let me cut my volume down. Let me cut my volume down.
I don't see you on Facebook yet. Maybe it's on Instagram. I'm on Instagram.
Okay, what's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday evening. This is Kia McLean, and
I'm Mika Arnold, the DAR therapist.
all right, what's up? Hope everyone has been having a great 2 days of the start of this week so far. How's your week going so far, cousin?
Awesome. Well, today I was feeling a little funky today until I got on. I'm happy seeing your face, girl.
Okay, girl. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. So, welcome everybody this evening. Hope you are having a great week. Um, we're going to get into the topic this evening. And as always, we want to preface our conversations, at least get back to prefacing our conversations that Date Affirm the Real it is a group that just shares our experiences, and we are not trying to force anyone or tell anyone what they need to do in their lives.
Put them in
Eat
a
the
headlock.
fish and throw the bones away.
That's right.
So if it's not applicable, don't let it stick. And we do have our DAR therapist in the building, and she is professionally trained and educated.
Don't mean I always use it on here. Know what I'm saying?
So, what do you see here? The hourglass. When the sand runs out, the life ends.
And these are the sands of time.
Yes.
So,
It's over when the sand has emptied on this side.
Yes, then we are done, darlings. We are done.
So, come on in the room. Come on in the room. Tell us how your day and evening is going. We'd love to hear from you.
Hello.
Yes, we would.
Hello, hello.
So, if you're on the IG side, welcome. Thanks for coming in. If you're on the YouTube side, welcome. Thanks for coming in. I don't have all my devices in front of me, so I won't be able to see all the comments. And so I did want to acknowledge you all. I see Floyd is in on the Facebook side. Hey, Floyd. Thanks as always for coming in and supporting us.
Welcome, welcome back. Welcome back.
So, what are we talking about this evening? Y'all want to know? Well, what if it doesn't work? Healthy ways to recover from breakups. And what's tomorrow, you all? It's Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day. And some of us have Valentines. And, well, all of us have Valentines, actually, right?
Ashes Cigar Lounge STL said, hey, friend.
What up? You on the Instagram side, cousin?
I'm on the Instagram side.
Okay, good. At least we got you over there and I'm over here.
I got
good.
Right. Okay. That worked. Oh, yeah, that worked out.
What's up? Ashes Cigar St. Louis. That's my boy from St. Louis. He's always supporting, always showing love. He was on my interview last night with Yule, and he showed up and showed me love when I was in the Lou. Nice. So, yeah, I love the supporters. I love the people that just keep coming back and showing us love. So, thank y'all. Thanks, y'all. Okay, cousin. So, I was saying all of us have Valentines, right?
Yeah, me.
Exactly. You are your own Valentine. Yeah. That's where it starts. Yeah. It starts with you being your own Valentine. Right. I'm my first Valentine.
Right.
So, but we're going to talk about, like, what if you do get involved with someone and it doesn't work out? I think that we have become very accustomed to being sometimes accepting of negative behaviors and negative and toxic relationships and negative and toxic people to the point where it's at our detriment. That has become the norm.
Mm.
And anytime you think outside of that and you decide that you are not going to accept that,
Mm.
I have found that people really think that's strange, that you don't want to tolerate negativity. Have you heard people talk about that, cousin?
Um, um, have I heard? No, I have not heard somebody say. What do you mean?
Have you heard the same thing? Whereas people are saying, you should give people all these chances and that's just
Okay.
how they are, or
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
accepting of
But
negativity,
you know
accepting of
what?
toxicity.
Honestly, I don't hear it as much as I used to. I feel like people are making different choices now, and so I don't know if it's because we're getting older. I don't know, but I haven't heard as much of that anymore.
And when I say that, I mean because I'm on all social media sites, so I see a plethora of stuff across all social media
Mm.
sites. So it may be different in person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't deal with that in person. I deal
Mm-hmm.
with it on a these are things that I'm seeing on social media, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook. I see a
Mm-hmm.
lot of commentation or commentary about, it's not that bad. You should accept it. You should forgive. You should let it go. It's not that big of a deal. That's your such and such. So let it go. That's your such and such.
Mm.
So when I talk about negativity and toxicity, I'm talking about across
So,
the board for any type of relationship, whether you heard it, whether someone said it to you, whether you saw it on social media.
well,
Have you heard it or seen it? Was the
I've heard.
question.
Well, I've heard like, okay, well, that's your mother, and you should be. You should. That's your mother. That's blood. That's blood. I've
Hmm.
heard that. I've heard that. Right.
So,
I should take the drama because now that's family. It's family. Blood is thicker than water.
yeah. So, and let's also think about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
How many times in the past, whether you were in a relationship or married, have you heard someone say, well, you need to try to work that out. You may have explained circumstances to them. You may have explained certain things that were going on. And how many times have you heard someone say, it's not that bad. I've dealt with this. I did this. You should be
Mm-hmm.
okay. You need to let it go. You need to forgive. How many times have you heard that?
I'm telling. I ain't heard that in a long time, Kia. I really have not
But
heard.
you've heard it.
But I've heard it. I've heard it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but my point, I'm trying to drive my point home.
Right. 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 You know,
And
I
you
be
like,
getting jealous. Like,
nope,
I'm like, I ain't heard.
nope,
Girl,
I
I
ain't
ain't
heard
heard
it.
that so long.
Mm-mm. That's been a long time. Mm-mm. Nope.
Look, this how y'all know this is. Look, we don't rehearse.
I'm like,
Like
she is
cousin,
not gonna let me drive this
you
point
like
home.
cousin. Dang, we trying to talk about this. Yes, yes, I've heard Kia. I sure have heard of it.
Let me be more specific. Have you heard it ever in life?
I have, Kia. I have.
Because boy, I feel like I'm fighting for my life over here.
I'm
What
like,
do
no,
you mean?
I ain't heard that.
No, that's never happened to me.
That's been a long. Remember, but and remember, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie is just.
I am fighting for my whole life.
My bad. Yes, girl. People crazy.
Oh Lord, I am not a dentist. I'm like, I've been pulling.
You like trying to use your feet.
Okay, y'all. Okay, I'm
Okay.
back. I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
Okay. The point of the question was if we've ever heard these things
Yes.
across the board, and whether it has been often, whether it has been once, whether it's been you heard someone else say it to someone else, we've all heard someone say that's a such and such and you need to try to make it work, or that's okay that it's toxic. Everybody has toxicity, or that's okay that it's negative. And I think because of that narrative, that has caused people to stay in relationships longer than they needed to stay, because the norm has been that people oftentimes will tell you that you don't need to quit, right? So there are instances where you're in a relationship with someone and it just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you are the only person that can monitor whether or not, okay,
What's best for
based on
you?
this, based on that, this may or may not work. And I
Right.
need to make my own decision.
Right.
Because I can share pieces of what's happening. You still won't know the full spectrum of what's happening in my relationship. So, although, yes, there are people that might say, no, don't break up, try to work it out. Da, da, da. They're telling you that based on whatever information you've shared with them.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we really are a society that tries to minimize what someone may be going through to just push through and just keep going, no matter if it's toxic, no matter if it's negative, no matter if it's not working, no matter if there's no love there,
Right.
right? So there's going to be instances where it doesn't work.
Right.
Lots of them, right? And so some of us struggle with that aspect of it not working.
Mm-hmm.
So if it doesn't work, we often view it as negative. We start to think we're missing out on someone
Right.
sometimes. So you're like, oh, I thought that was the one. And now I'm 42 years old and I'm going to be lonely and old. Right? So we start to say these things and feel these things and put it out
Mm-hmm.
in the universe
Yep.
that we're not going to be happy because something didn't work out.
Right.
And so what are some healthy ways to recover from breakups?
Mm.
What are some things that we can do? What are some suggestions you have?
I feel like we always get back to this, but it's getting back to knowing you. We lose ourselves in relationships so easily, right? We lose ourselves not only in relationships, but shoot. Well, yes, in all of our relationships, we might lose ourselves in relationships because we have worked at trying to do what they needed us to do. We have worked at trying to be what they needed us to be, and we lose us.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the first thing is getting back to you, getting back to self, you know, seeing who you are without this person. Who are you? You know, what do you like to do? What are things that you enjoy doing? What things you enjoy doing for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't take the time to do that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think we'll probably always go back to this.
Right.
And probably every session that we have, because this is always a reminder of going back and reflecting to ourselves, right? I can't see that comment.
What
So
that's love, Bria Love. What are some signs you've reached that helped you realize that this person wasn't for you? Oh, girl, when you're drained every time you deal with them, right? When you're drained, you feel drained. When you there's more sadness and tears than there is more smiles and laughter. When you walk away from them and you feel like shit when you walked away from them, you know, you feel like crying, like, and it's more stress and anxiety than it is laughter and joy and things you love.
yeah, I would also say when you can't feel authentic to who you are around that person.
Mm,
Like that's how I can recognize like if a person isn't for me almost immediately. If I don't feel like I can be who I am,
man.
then you're probably, and that goes across the board for any relationship,
Mm-hmm.
friendship, romantic relationship, whatever. If I can't be who I am and don't feel comfortable being that, yeah, this probably just isn't it.
It's not it. I think I better let it go.
Yeah, and when you talk about like go back, I want to go back to what you said, which is I think a bigger deal than what people realize. And that is like if you walk away feeling worse, if you walk away feeling like
Yuck.
kind of crappy,
Yes.
um, or you feel more empty,
Yeah.
like you're sitting around them, but you still feel lonely, or you're
Right.
like, you can tell like with things like that, or they're not understanding to your feelings or your emotions or your needs. Um, those are also indicators for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can't understand where I'm coming from and you can't understand, what I'm communicating to you, or
Right.
you're being dismissive to me, those are also signs like, yeah, well, maybe this isn't it.
And I want to add to that too. When you have given, so you know how when you have friends and relationships and you are there for them, you're supportive of them, and then you don't get it back. You're
Mm-hmm.
like, so when I'm with somebody, I'm like, if you can come to me and I can give you some advice and make you feel built up and like you can conquer the world, but then when I come to you and you can't give me the same, and I got to call
Yeah.
somebody else, I don't. In a relationship, I'm like, that relationship might not,
Mm-hmm.
more often than not. Sometimes, sometimes you're like, I can't give it to you. I understand that. But when you get that more often, when you're the one giving all of that more, you're giving of yourself more, and they can't, and it's not reciprocated.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. When you feel like that person is not giving you that reciprocal energy, like, I'm putting it out, you're not giving me anything.
Right.
Yeah. Um,
Filling your cup, you're not filling mine.
yeah.
My
Yeah.
cup,
I feel that one.
yeah,
I feel that one. Okay. I think
spoken
one of
vision.
the other things So I think one of the other things is that we can do to help us to recover from breakups is have a support system, have people that are going to be gentle with us, who are going to love on us,
Yes.
who are going to embrace us during that time, but also not let us be victims to it, right? So there has to be a healthy balance. I'm not going to let you be a victim to this because you're not a victim, okay? There are going to be relationships that do not work out,
Mm-hmm.
and that is okay. These are when One thing about relationships is the relationship happens before you make major decisions to do anything else. It
Mm-hmm.
is an opportunity to see if whether or not this relationship is the relationship for you for the lifetime.
Right. Right.
And so you can't expect that every relationship is going to be the lifetime one.
Right.
You're
Right.
going to have to, yeah, you're going to have to be in different relationships, see what works, what doesn't, see what you like, what you don't like,
Mm-hmm.
see what you feel like makes you feel loved,
Mm-hmm.
see what doesn't. So you may have to go through a few relationships before you get to that place.
Right.
And I think just having that in your mind and understanding that as you go in that makes it easier for you.
Right.
Breakups are never really easy. However, I think if you have the mindset that this may or may not work out, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm open to what comes in and what goes out.
Right.
It's that openness, right?
Mm-hmm.
The flow.
Right. And releasing, and know that is, and here's the thing: know that it's just part of your journey. It's part of your journey learning. Again, that's part of your journey learning who you are, what you like, what you don't like. And here's the thing: we're also on autopilot so often that we forget to check in with ourselves when we are dealing with people in our lives. So
Mm-hmm.
it's important that you check in with yourself after getting off or dealing with somebody. How did I feel in this moment? How did I feel talking to them? Did they make me feel good? Did I feel good when
Mm-hmm.
I got off the phone with them? Did they give me, was there reciprocated energy? Was there reciprocated communication? Did I have to pull? Did I have to push? Did I have to do work? And am I tired? Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so check in with yourself. Be present in the conversation. Be present with yourself. So when you get off the phone, it's important that you check in with yourself. Okay, how you feeling, baby? Talk to yourself like you did. So
Mm-hmm.
I told my clients, talk to yourself. You like that you let that little like somebody you don't want to get hurt, right? Talk to yourself like somebody you really truly care about. Because sometimes we forget to care about us. So talk to yourself
Yeah.
truly care about. So this, I say if somebody has a child, talk to yourself like you would tell you what you would tell your child. You,
Yeah.
and give yourself that advice, that same advice that you would tell somebody you cared about.
Absolutely.
If you struggle with caring about yourself.
Yeah. That was good. That was good. I love that. So what do you guys think about so far what we're sharing? So one of the things I want to do, this is kind of impromptu. This is not in my notes. Um, and so I love to put both of us on the spot. I don't ever just, I'm not selfish about it. We both get to sit in the hot seat. Okay. So here's the hot seat, cousin. Have you ever had to break up with someone or been broken up with and you didn't want to end that relationship?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So raise your hand. I personally have had both. I've broken up with someone that I really didn't want to break up with, and I've been broken up with from a person that I didn't want to end the relationship. Here's what I learned in both instances. In the instance where I broke up with someone, this one person in particular, I felt like the person was cool, the person was nice, person had a few things going for themselves. However, when I sat and I looked and visualized my future and I visualized the things that I wanted to do, and then I inserted that person into that narrative, that person didn't fit.
Mm-hmm.
And the person didn't fit because I felt like that person was not open to a lot of the things that I was open to.
Yeah.
So I had to be honest and say, Kia, this person is nice. You guys get along okay. But being nice
Right.
and being cool is not enough for me to make that type of lifetime commitment to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Yeah.
I had to make a difficult decision, which I knew was going to sting for a little while. Right? But I was also thinking I would rather have a little bit of a sting than a huge sting, because what would happen the longer I go on with this, the more I'm going to feel like this isn't for me. I'm not going to be happy. This is not going to be fulfilling for me in the long run. So I'd much rather go ahead and tear the tape off early
Mm-hmm.
in the game, right?
Right.
And I had someone break up with me and say, I'd rather not. I like you. You're cool. We have fun, but I don't want anybody that has kids, right? And I had a
Mm-hmm.
son at the time, and I don't want to be with someone that doesn't
They don't
want
want.
to be with a person that has a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's right.
what does that look like for me?
Right. Right.
So it was nothing negative. I think we associate negativity like something bad has to happen, something awful has to happen. Somebody has to beat
Right.
you. Somebody has to cheat on you.
Right.
Somebody has to do all of these things for you to
Right.
say this just isn't working.
Right.
It's okay if it doesn't work. It's
Right.
okay. And I would much rather take the chance of being by myself and waiting for the right partner than just settling with something.
Right. Right.
And as women, I think that we tend to do that sometimes because we always have calculators and calendars in our head. We're always adding and subtracting and looking at dates. Okay, we only got this amount of time to do this. We only got this amount of time to do that. Oh my goodness, I got to do this and I got to do that.
Right.
I can't tell you how many women I've talked to that said, I didn't care about him. I didn't want him, but I wanted to have a baby. My clock was ticking. So I just got pregnant by him and I just stayed with him.
Right. Which is,
Uh,
I think that's interesting too, because It's a lot of women that's had children over 40.
Mm-hmm.
They have a high. I know that they say they have a higher risk of something, but most of the time I haven't seen that. Like I haven't. Have you seen like? Because then I start questioning what they're telling us, right, and what it for us to believe.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's older women having children. Their children are just fine,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
interesting. So they try to rush us. So we've been rushed to get married at a younger age for the benefit of whom?
That's a point right there. I never thought about that.
I just think that's interesting. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I remember taking a class at Chaffey College, and I remember the class was, um, I can't remember what the name of the class was, but it was about like how before social media, but
Mm-hmm.
how in it was World War One or two, might have been two, where they needed the women to work because the women weren't supposed to work, and they needed the women to work, so they would create commercials that would, because they had to cook, right? So before that, it was like the meals were took all day to cook. You had
Mm-hmm.
all day to cook. But when they needed them, they put commercials and they put shows out to show them how to make 15-minute meals so they could go
Mm-hmm.
work because they were needed,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it was a whole setup, right? We need you out here on the. We need you to. That's where you get the What's her name? What's the chick name? And she had the red scarf on because she started working. Well, I can't think. Rivet.
Yeah, my cousin Bree was just talking about her. What's her name, Bree?
Some rivet.
Bree was just talking about her.
That's why they brought her out because they needed the women to work. So
Mm-hmm.
now they put shows, they put everything to it to get you to think, right, to let you know that you're needed and to help you be more in the work field, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
But when the men came back, what did they do? Because they want you to be back. Now they want you to be back home and get back to what you was doing. And so now we go take those 15-minute meals off. We go put the all day meals back on because we need you to get back to what you was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Yeah.
this concept. So there's always this concept of the reason why we do something, and this is why. I'm about to go. I'm trying to go on soapbox, but this is why we have to make sure we're making choices for us because society will make you believe that this
Mm-hmm.
is what you want. This is the idea that you're supposed to have. Like you're supposed to have the 4 children and the little house, and you're supposed to be married, and you're supposed to, and you're supposed to, and you're supposed to. And so, because they keep on putting these expectations and ideas onto us as just people, we lose us and what we want,
Yeah.
and we don't even think about what we want because again society and they tell you that if you think about yourself you're selfish.
Exactly.
Rosie the Riveter.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
Rosie the Riveter, thank you. So that's why it's important. Hi Floyd, thank you.
I can't read it. You got to read the comments
It
because I
says
can't see.
that was great Shamika, it's Floyd.
Oh.
DJ Cleo, same person was both for me. Wait, say that again. Same person was both for me. Now we got to see. That's Cleo.
Hey Cleo.
Yes.
Yeah. What does he mean?
I don't know. He got to explain it.
Oh.
But but we have to. That's why it's important for us to identify who we are and what we want for us. Because the more we rely on what other people want for us, the more miserable we'll become.
I think that's a great point, and I'm glad. I mean, I heard you mention your soapbox earlier, but I think that's closely tied to what we're talking about. You know, think for yourself, and don't allow what's there's so much outside noise. And another thing that you said is, sitting with yourself silently and allowing you to dictate what you want to do, for you to decide what it is that's important to you. We have been sold a lot of things. We've been sold a lot of things in terms of what we should be doing because and then now I'm about to say I don't want to get on my soapbox, but we're taught to be robotic.
Right, right,
Everybody fall in line, do the same
right,
thing, look the same way, act the same way, right? And if you go outside of that norm, that's when it's problematic. Like,
right, right,
so just get in tune with yourself better so that you can understand yourself so much more. Thank you, babe.
right,
So I think that like that's the pivotal part of being able to recognize, okay, let me just sit still, right? Let me sit in some silence. Let me figure this out. What do I want? What
mm-hmm.
makes me happy? So of course I'm gonna always drive it back to journaling. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna always drive it back to meditation. I'm gonna always drive it back to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Those are tools that you can use to become more centered and understanding of yourself and your
Yeah,
own desires and not be um caught up in what society is doing and saying, and we're constantly having our phones in our hands, so
right.
we're constantly seeing and
Distracted,
hearing.
distracted, constantly distracted from what's because at first, so before it was the TV. Right now we're on our phones giving us information, and they fine tuned it to give you
Mm-hmm.
information what you based off of what you me and Cleo was talking about. I said, well, what if I had a second phone, right? And then new comments will display here. Wait, what happened? Oh. I said, what if I had a different phone, right? And I was like, and I want this phone, and I'm gonna act like I'm, a white person, right? And I'm
Uh-huh.
this one, I'm gonna act like me. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna look up stuff. And Cleo said that would never work because he said because wherever you go, it tracks wherever you are in the city
Mm-hmm.
where you're in. So it's more attuned to who you like. So say if I have my phone, right? I have my phone and my phone is here. It knows that we're nearby each other.
Yeah.
So
So Cleo's comment, um babe didn't put it on the screen. Okay, there it is.
oh
The person I let go and the person that let me go and I didn't want it was the same person.
oh
Gotcha.
oh got you.
Gotcha. So that went back to what I said earlier about,
Yeah.
we've
Who
both
you
had breakups
right
where we've let someone go and someone has let us go. And he's saying, so that sounds like that was a mutual thing.
right. It was that one person. One person did the same thing. We broke up and
Yeah.
I broke up with them. Right.
Or maybe y'all went back and forth. They
right.
did it first, then you did it.
Right. Tag, you're it. No.
But either way, I think that the the point that we're trying to drive in for you all is, as we always say, getting to know yourself more and more and more and more
right.
is vital to
Yes.
understanding. How do you know what you want from somebody else if you don't know what you want from you?
Speak that. Say that again, girl. Say that again. One more again.
How do you know what you want from someone else if you don't even know what you want from yourself? Like, let's think about this.
Wow.
Let's think about this.
Yep.
If I don't know that I want someone that's trustworthy, respectful, considerate, kind, forgiving, honest, hardworking, loyal, reliable. It's so all of these things I just said, right? Do I encompass those things? Am
Hmm.
I that?
Yes.
Right? Am
Right.
I that
Am
person?
I that for me?
Yes.
Am I even
Do
that
I
for?
do that for myself?
Am I caring to myself? Am I loyal to myself? Am I kind to myself?
Mm-hmm.
Most of the times we talk shit about ourselves.
Yes, to
But you want
ourselves.
somebody else. But you want somebody else. Okay, got you.
I'm speaking it, Floyd. I'm speaking it, Floyd.
Right. Right. He said
Cleo
like.
said like Aaliyah.
Hold on, it's a song. He got to say the song. Got to say the song.
So I mean, honestly, you have to sit with yourself enough to know who you are and
Right.
what you are to yourself
Right.
before. I think we come out with these lists and pages of he need to be 6'4", slender, caramel. He need to make $137,000 per year. He needs to drive a Maserati. And she needs to have a BBL. And she need to have weave down her back. And she need to have, see, we be having all these lists, but who are you? Who are you to you?
Hmm.
Who are you to you?
Right.
And so we think we want these types of relationships, then we get in these relationships and we see that they don't work. And that is the opportunity. It's actually an opportunity.
Hmm.
Breakups are what I call opportunities.
I love it.
So when we change the word from breakup to opportunity, see, it's all about what we've been conditioned to believe on
Right.
based on definitions of
Right.
words,
So go ahead.
right? So if
Mhm.
you hear breakup, what does breakup sound like to you?
Some sad, some
Some sad, something negative.
cry about.
Woe is me.
I'm
I,
I'm single
I
now.
broke up. But if
he
I
don't like
say,
he don't like me. She don't like me.
but what if we said this, cousin? What if we said the opportunity for us to have a lasting relationship did not continue to present itself? And so I am open to new opportunities, opportunities of loving and embracing myself, opportunities to embrace and love someone else in the near future.
Yes.
Now, does that change your mindset?
Right.
Does that shift your perspective to now think of the end of that connection differently?
Right.
Because if you're not using that word, there's nothing to be sad about.
Right.
Opportunity to me is positive.
Mm-hmm.
That's enlightening.
Right.
That means I have the opportunity to get to know more about myself.
Right.
Boom. That's an
Right.
opportunity.
Right.
Yes. I get the opportunity to meet someone down the road. Boom. I
Right.
love it.
Right. Right.
All right. So Floyd said freedom, depending on the situation, end of a relationship can be equal to
Oxygen.
oxygen. Ooh.
I love that. Love that.
Ooh. Put that back up on that screen, please, babe. Put that back up there
I
for
like
a minute.
I like that.
We got to sit with that for a minute.
I like that.
Freedom, depending on the
On the
situation, end of a relationship can equal oxygen. Woo, I've been there before, so I know.
right. And here's the thing, because if you holding on to something that helps you, that makes you feel like you smothered.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was good. I think you dropped a pretty big gem there,
Hmm.
Floyd. That's a rock.
That's good.
Yeah, that was good there, man. So what are some other things that we can do in a healthy way
Hmm.
to recover from the new opportunity?
Oh dang. Because I
You got to
was
go get some.
no, I was thinking about what we had talked about earlier this week. Why we hold on to those unhealthy situations, toxic relationships.
Go ahead.
But no, it's on my phone. I got the answer. I got
Oh, oh, okay.
what was it? It was
Um, well, maybe Cleo will chime in.
what was how healthy people, because we are talking about how a lot of healthy people get into a relationship with toxic people, male and
Mm-hmm.
female. Like you see it sometimes, you see that good dude and they got a trash woman, you be like, and then you see a good chick and then they with that trash dude, you be like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and what was the word? Guilt.
Survivors.
Survivor's guilt.
Yes, survivor's guilt. That's what he
Cause,
said.
right, because sometimes we have healthy relationships and we want to show other people what
Mm-hmm.
healthy looks like. And so we choose relationships that are unhealthy so that way we can help them bring them up.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes we're in
Yeah.
relationships that are unhealthy that got you smothered because you want to help uplift them
Yep.
at the expense of you.
So we find ourselves because we know what that feels like. We
Mm-hmm.
know what it looks like. And so here we go, coming in to try to save, to try to embrace, to try to pull up,
Right.
right?
Yep.
And yeah, we end up falling victim to people that ultimately don't deserve us, you
Right.
know?
Right.
Um, you can't mix dirty and clean clothes.
Right.
Hmm, sure can't.
Right. Well, who said? Oh, somebody
It's-
said that. That was good.
yeah. And I think ultimately what we have to also understand is that as much as we want to help, and I saw this, there's a therapist I follow on Instagram. Her name's Nidra, and I love her post. And what she said today, I said, this has been my issue all along. And I want to read it to you guys because it's really connected to what we're talking about. So I think it's important to read that. Sometimes in our attempt to help people who are unhealthy or even dysfunctional, we try to give them the tools that worked for us
Mm.
before they are ready to receive them. We
Yes.
may believe that if we share the same book or podcast or strategy that had a positive impact on us, that will do the same for them. But just because we are in a place of healing
Mm.
doesn't mean that they are too. And
Right.
so when you're in the space of recognizing, hey, I need to do the healing work, I need to do this, I need to do that, we want to just immediately take people with us.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Right.
not ready.
They're not ready.
They're not there.
Sometimes they don't even want it.
They don't, yeah.
They don't even want it. They like being in the space they're in.
So what I've had to learn to do is to mind my black business. Okay? Mind my black business and stay out of theirs.
What I've learned to do is to mind my own black business.
And I'm going to put it on a t-shirt. I've learned to mind my own black business and leave theirs alone. Okay?
Right.
And
Right.
it's not my business.
Right.
And it's not my job.
Right.
And I don't know when and why and where that took place that I thought that I needed to insert myself in to try to heal the entire.
Heal the world, make it
No.
a better place for you and for me. And
Wait a minute. And then look, we end up frustrated with people. But it's like,
they ain't
they
even
didn't
listen.
even ask us to do that.
No, you don't want my help. I didn't ask for your help.
Like, who asked you, lady? Nobody asked you, lady. I was perfectly fine over here.
So I'm here with my cape on. I'm here with my cape on to save you.
Here you come. Wanting to be a soup or something.
Captain Save. I was gonna say too, and I wanted to say this. It is like, okay, because when I did the last situation I was in, and I was very heartbroken, and it's still I have to still deal with, like, okay, what are we sad for? Um, I did, like, it's like you will mourn that situation. You will mourn the situation, but let's put it into perspective. And let's see what we were mourning. What were we mourning? Were we mourning an idea of what we wanted? Or are we mourning the reality of what it was? So I
Ooh.
had to realize, like, what I'm really mourning is what I wanted them to be, the potential I saw in them, the potential of a good relationship, the potential, not the reality
Mm.
of it, but
Mm.
like a wishful thinking. I mourn the wishful thinking.
Damn, I'd have had to sit back in my seat for that one.
I'm mourning wishful thinking. I'm mourning wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking. Damn,
Wish-
you made me sit back in my seat. I'm sitting up straight. I got the right posture. Yeah, that was, you dropped something right there. Look, that's real.
Yeah. Cause what you crying for? You knew he wasn't shit. Shamika. Shamika, what you crying for? You knew he wasn't. You knew he wasn't.
Ooh.
You knew he wasn't shit. He showed you several times. Remember that time he did? And remember that time? Remember?
Oh, you know what you just did?
What I do?
You know what you just did by doing that?
What I do?
What you just did was demonstrate what it looks like
Self-talk.
to actually go through that process of talking with yourself, talking it out. You just demonstrated that for us without even knowing that's what you were doing.
I do it all the time. That's why.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
but think about how often we're not doing that.
Right.
Think about, so if you go from that to, okay, where's the next opportunity? Mm-hmm. I'm ready to go to the next opportunity. Then what lessons are you taking with you to the next opportunity? Mm-hmm. How do you look at this new opportunity from a different angle to say, okay, here's what I've learned from the previous opportunity.
Right.
The previous opportunity, it didn't work out for me because of A, B, and C. Mm-hmm. If you've just jumped into the next opportunity, you haven't given yourself the chance to determine whether or not this person is the same person, but just has a different name and looks different.
Right. 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 Because that's what happens. See, the thing is that we don't sit in that. We don't sit in that. So we don't want to, because we don't want to feel that, right? We avoid feeling whatever that feeling is that we don't want to feel, that mm-hmm. or face whatever we need to face. We don't want to sit in it, so we jump to something else, so we don't have to really, I don't want to hurt, so I'm going to jump. But let's see what you're hurting from.
Yeah.
Are you hurting from you hurting yourself by even choosing this relationship?
Yep.
What you really hurting from? Are you hurting from hurting yourself? Mm-hmm. Let's really look at it. Let's really look at it.
Yeah. So Don said that's deep. That is deep, ain't it? Like it is deep. And because I used to do this, like a lot of the things I talk about are my own personal experiences. I'm not sharing nobody else's business. It's mine. Mm-hmm. It's Kia business.
I did it.
I might take some stories here and there I've heard from other people, but this is primarily my business. I'm just airing it all out there.
Right.
I used to pick the same people over and over and over again. And there was very little lapse in between. So everybody, it was twin powers activated. Twin powers activated. The same damn people. Yes, in my black business. Sorry, cousin. I'm seeing comments quicker on this side.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sorry. I shouldn't even read them until you put them up there.
I'm going to look down at you and look up at me. The Brady Bunch. Look at me.
Okay, so.
Look at me, Kia. I'm not going to let you. There you go. Okay. Yay. Okay, go ahead.
That just messed us up because we had our side by side. We had our groove.
I know. I'm like Kia.
That's all right. Now we got to do something different.
Right, Kia.
And y'all get to see my chin hair. When I raise my head up. And you better not talk about it. Somebody gonna take a screenshot. Look at Kia with chin hair.
You can't see the chin hair. Now you just told everybody. I don't see no chin hair.
Okay, so Cleo has a comment. You want to read that?
He ain't heavy. He's my brother, and what a lot of us are taught. But we must realize some of these ninjas are heavy. Actually, too damn heavy to lift. So he not. So he was like, basically like when you're in a like a friendship, right? So like like they too much, or they're like, no, no, he's your brother. Like take care of your
Yeah.
brother, right? You like, no, he too heavy to lift. Like you too heavy
Yeah.
to get to hit to save, right?
Absolutely.
Right,
Absolutely. But we put that on ourselves, right? Then we wonder
right,
why our back hurt, why we stressed out, why we got tension,
man.
why we feel overwhelmed.
Because we constantly kind of trying to save people that don't want to be saved. We constantly trying to help people that don't want to be helped. We constantly trying to. Because here's the thing. What's the it's the scripture that says you can teach a man to fish. No, that's not scripture. What is?
You're fired. You're
John
fired.
the
You lost
Baptist
you
said.
lost your position.
John the Baptist said you can teach a man to.
Uh-uh. We ain't finna
Don't
have
go
you
fishing for him.
quoting
Don't go.
scripture wrong. It's a scripture. If you teach a man to fish, that
Don't
is
give
not
him
in the
the fish.
Bible.
Don't give him the fish. Y'all teach him the fish.
See, listen, this is why I write notes.
Oh, that is. Look, somebody put in there. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man. Is that scripture? Is that John the Baptist? What is that? Is that John?
So it said John the Baptist. Oh God. I cannot. I cannot. Whoever just helped her out with that, it
Thank
doesn't
you.
say a name.
Thank you.
Whoever helped Shamika out, thank you. Cause she was just about to spread a rumor. She was right, she was that close to spreading the rumor. And somebody that don't know what the Bible say would have went and told somebody else that.
Scripture, didn't God tell us that? Didn't God tell
No, no ma'am.
us?
See, you gonna have to start doing like me. Put your notes in front of you. Cause you was finna lie on the Bible. You was about to go there.
Teach a man.
Okay, y'all. Sorry, y'all. We got a little.
Oh, chief.
Whew, that was funny. Okay,
Won't he
let's
do
get
it?
back on track.
Won't he do it?
Oh shoot, we only got 8 minutes left.
Oh,
Look at that.
6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Dougie Fresh.
Dougie Fresh, your own.
On.
Own. All right, so I want to share a few more positive things that you can do, healthy things that you can do during the time that you are waiting for your next opportunity and have the opportunity to be by yourself. You can start to practice more gratitude. You can just enjoy yourself, just being you. You can start to listen to podcasts like Data Firm the Real. You can read, cook, learn a new instrument, join a support group. Look, I know um, my brother Floyd on here. He started a podcast. He listens to and supports other podcasts. He be writing, reading, cooking, playing different instruments. The man that learned how to play 24 instruments. Okay, I'm exaggerating.
Oh,
I'm exaggerating.
like,
You know I be exaggerating.
is there 24?
But keep yourself busy. Do things that you enjoy or learn something new. Pick up some new hobbies during that time. You may find that that new hobby leads you to going to places where you find your new opportunity. Right?
Right.
So again, look at this as a positive way to have an opportunity of alone time until your new opportunity comes.
Right.
What do you have to follow up with that, cousin?
Even I like how you said you might find a new opportunity, but what if you find more of you too
Mm-hmm.
doing that? What if by doing that you find more of you? And the reason why you'll find that opportunity is because you start loving on you more. And so you'll find somebody doing the same things you're enjoying that you do because you know now what you love doing, and now that person to show up in that space that you're loving, that you're embracing and loving yourself, and they'll show up in that space, and you'll know what that feels like and looks like because you've done it for yourself. So when somebody shows up and is able to give you that what you were already giving yourself.
Mm. I'm about to drop the mic. I'm about to drop.
Don't drop it, don't drop it, go break it, go break
Drops mic.
it.
Drops. Nothing else needs to be said.
Hmm.
What if you repeat that? What if you did what with yourself?
What if, as you're doing that experience until the next opportunity comes, that in that opportunity you start finding yourself, and when you find yourself, that opportunity is there, finding they self or enjoying the same thing you are enjoying because you are loving yourself in that space, and now you'll know what that feels like because you've been doing it. You've been loving on you. You've been getting to know you, and somebody comes in, and now you'll know what that looks like, what caring for you looks like because you've done it already for yourself. So when that opportunity shows up, you already be in the place of opportunity for yourself.
And so I love that so much because it coincides with what I tell people when they say, I'm looking for my better half. And I
You
say,
first of
you
all,
you ain't even, are you a half? If I
first
come
of
to
all,
you,
let's start there.
if I
Why
come
you
to you
talking
as a
about me?
half, please send me back. Please return the sender. If I come to you as a half, send my ass on back so I can cook a
I
little
want a
bit more.
whole person. I want
Because
a whole
I
person.
want to be a whole
I want a
person
whole.
and I want to be with the whole person.
That's
So
right.
what you just said coincides with learn more. You have the opportunity to learn more about you, to love more about you, to become more of who you are. So, and guess what? And I'm surprised you didn't say this,
What? What?
that what if you don't want another opportunity? What if you okay with the opportunity of
Ain't nobody ready
yourself?
for that though, kid. That's because ain't
Okay.
nobody ready for that. I
Okay.
remember thinking, I listen, I'm in this space now, and I remember thinking, like, I'm gonna be single and lonely. And I'm like, oh, it's so peaceful here. So peaceful here. I mean, I enjoy, and the journey, like, and I'm not even gonna say the journey was like do 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 la 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 la, right? No, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone. I'm stepping outside of what I've been taught, right? Because I've been taught that I'm supposed to be in a relationship. I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to. And so
Mm-hmm.
when you step outside that supposed to, some people go look at you crazy. Some people,
Yeah.
some people go make you feel some type of way because you're not out pursuing what you're supposed to be pursuing. So I had to learn to, especially in the space of me telling myself before that I wasn't good enough, you know, and having
Yeah.
to break through. It's like, ooh, you ever have a you ever have a what's the thing and they put the fire on it and it gets crispy on the outside and you crack it with the spoon. Ooh, and it's warm and it's like melted sugar on top. Ooh, and it got some soft creamy.
I
I
don't
can't.
know.
I was going to attribute it to. I can't think of what it is. It's like a French dessert, right? And they put the fire on it and it hardens.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it, but okay, now I'm with you.
Right. So it's gonna be hard in the middle at first because you're breaking through this society's point of view, right? You're breaking through it. So but just trust that when you break through, that you'll get to the yum 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 underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're the yum yum. You're the yum yum underneath.
Not lava cake, babe.
You said what? Not a lava cake. No, not a lava cake.
Marcus said lava cake, not lava
No,
cake.
lava cake is
It's
soft.
a French dessert.
It's a yes. I can't think of it right now. But so I said, you're more than good enough. Yes. Oh, who said? Don't do me because I'm a Leo.
Who said that? Floyd.
Because I'm a Leo. I'll be like, speak on it. Speak on it.
Please don't tell that Leo that. Please. Please.
David, it's
Do
really
not tell that Leo
look at
that.
screenshot it. I'm like,
That Leo don't know how to act. I'm gonna hear about this.
That
I'm
was
gonna hear about this one. You know I'm more than enough. I'm Queen
right.
Shamika.
Phenomenon, okay? Phenomenal woman I am.
I knew you was going there.
Creme brulee! Creme brulee!
Yes.
Creme
Yes.
brulee!
Thanks, Cleo.
Right.
Couldn't get it together. Couldn't get it
Right.
together.
Creme brulee. Once you break through the sugary, the crunch, you'll get to the creamy stuff, and then you're the creamy joy inside, right?
Yes, the joy. The joy awaits you.
Right. You are the, it's like, I tell my clients, like, the journey, what if the journey was really finding you? What if
Mm-hmm.
this life's journey, because we're so caught up and wrapped up into this realities, into this society's point of view about who we are, who we're supposed to be, what if the true journey of life is really seeking after you?
Mm-hmm.
Because God created you. You are the amazing being. You are it. You are.
Yep.
And so what if the journey is seeking you and finding you? Because you're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You're amazing. You're amazing. Hmm.
You amazing.
You amazing.
That was good, cousin. That was good.
Yay.
I'm with Floyd.
Uh,
You are Queen Shamika the Phenom. Look,
so
we giving that Leo all the fierceness. Be fierce,
my
cousin. Be
stepson.
fierce. Okay, so look, y'all.
Okay.
I'm gonna show y'all something.
Oh,
The
how's that?
sand has landed on the other side.
It's gone.
So we know what that means, right? We have come to the end of yet another podcast episode. And guess what? We owe you all a hand clap, a thank you,
Yes.
hugs,
Yes.
appreciation for your
Mwah.
continued support for
Yes.
us, for your continued love to us, for engaging with us, for
Thank you, God.
interacting with us, for sharing the podcast with your friends, your
Yes.
family, and those you care about. We ask that you go out to YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we ask that you share that out with your friends, family, and loved ones. If you know of anyone that would be interested in joining the Facebook group where they would have immediate access to the lives, when we go live, they would also be engaging with us with various posts within the group. Please invite them into the group. It's a private group, so a member has to invite them into the group. So again, go out and follow us on YouTube and subscribe. Um, be invited, invite someone else into the Facebook group, and then on IG, we just started going live on IG last month. Be sure to follow us on IG at Date Affirm the Real. And then for those that don't know, we do have a website, dateaffirmthereal.com. So make sure you go out there, and we got merch out there that you can support as well. We haven't been really talking about that, but we do want to invite you out to the website to purchase one of our coffee mugs that you see me drinking here every Tuesday, and when I make an appearance here and there on Wednesdays. So yeah, we're grateful for you all because we do this because you all keep showing up, and we cannot thank you enough. I also, tomorrow is officially Love Day. And I know that we deem Love Day as just for that relationship that you're in, but I want to give a special shout out to my cousin, who is definitely one of my love bugs. Cousin, you are one of my love bugs. I love you. I thank you for agreeing to be the DAR therapist, for
Yeah.
showing up,
Thank you.
for always being open to feedback, for always just showing up and being on this platform with us, for coming to Dallas last year and presenting with us. We're going to have you back this year.
Yeah.
So we love you. We love
Yeah.
you, and we appreciate you. We value you.
Thank
We love the energy that you bring to this podcast. We love everything that you bring to what we're doing. You are the epitome of all of what we envision to do.
Thank
So, um, thank you for that. I also want to thank
you.
our newest co-host, Don Junior Lilly, and of course to my sugar, my baby, my honey dumpling baby, sugar. Mwah. I love you so much. And I am very grateful to be able to celebrate another love day with you. We don't really do big things about it and for Valentine's Day, but because we show up every day in love. And so tomorrow is just another day and how we show up for each other. So for those that are out there that are single or in a relationship, we love you.
Yeah.
We care about you. We value you and we see you. Thank you all so, so much for being a part of something that means so much to us. We are very passionate about Date Affirm the Real. And thank you guys for joining this journey.
Yes.
Okay, cousin. Anything you want to share?
Nope. Let's end with all of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. How does it get any better than that?
Namaste.
Namaste.
All right, y'all. Until next time, next week, it will be Don and Marcus going live next Wednesday. So be sure to set your alarm so that you can tune in with them next week. As far as I know, it's going to be 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If anything changes, of course, you'll see it in the Facebook group. That's the advantage of being in the Facebook group, y'all. They get on time, in the minute updates on time changes. So until next week, guys, we see you and enjoy your love day tomorrow. Peace.